Have you? Lovely.
Is it a new one, this one?
Nah, it's 2019.
Is it? Yeah. Yes, is it? Yeah. I tell you what as well, what I've noticed, people just wave to you, smile to you,
Yeah, they do,
which
yeah.
is really lovely, you know.
Yeah, it's really well received. Good to speak to you.
Yeah.
Take care.
You need a receipt.
Sir,
No, I'm secure parking in front of the stables.
you'll be straight down for us, please.
Thank you very much. So we've arrived at Newby Hall, so let's go and take a look around. As I walk around the park, I'll stop now and again and take a closer look at a few cars. The first being this 2022 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, where the owner has generously given me access to the interior as well. So although these were built in quite high numbers, some reports quote 50,000 units per year, you don't tend to see many of these in the UK. These have some distinct styling features. These twin chrome coloured exhausts look nice. It has quite sharp edged design and appears to have a low and wide stance. This being the 8th generation, it has around 490 brake horsepower and is powered by a 6.2 litre V8, and that propels its occupants via the rear wheels to 60 mph in about 2.9 seconds, and has a top speed of 194 mph. Let's take a closer look inside. These cars tend to have really positive reviews, and they often talk about its solid levels of fit and finish. So these have an electronic display and a small screen just here. All the buttons in one single line, that's quite unusual. All the way from the top to the bottom here. The cockpit feels like it wraps around the driver very snugly. Matching seat belts to match the brake calipers and the gold coloured stripe on the outside. And it also has a fab stereo system in here from Bose. Very nice. Now this looks very much like a Porsche 959, but it's actually a 1976 Porsche 911 made to look like a 959. This car was a few cars ahead of me whilst on the motorway during my travels here. This looks lovely on the road. This one's silver with that distinctive and rather iconic Martini livery really makes it stand out. Now the first 959 prototype was unveiled at the Frankfurt Motor Show in September 1983, and a trio of 911 engineered prototypes were used on the 1985 Paris-Dakar Rally. Nice for this to have a sunroof. Porsche entered 3 proper 959s in the 1986 Paris-Dakar, where they finished first and second. Now due to category Group B rallying, of which the 959 fell into, was disbanded in 1986, rather than the 959 contesting for further major race championships, it became a limited production flagship, as Porsche curtailed production in 1988. So 959s are for Porsche's wealthiest customers. At just 292 examples worldwide, a true 959 can fetch well over £1.5 million. 959s had a 2.85 litre twin turbocharged flat 6 engine, which produced around 450 horsepower, and was the world's fastest street legal production car when it was introduced, and was also considered the most technologically advanced road car of its time. The rumble of 3 brightly coloured Lamborghinis driving in. So we have a red 2016 Lamborghini Aventador, which has a 6.5 litre V12. We have a 2023 orange Lamborghini Huracan, which has a 5.2 litre V10, and a purple Urus over there, which has a 4 litre V8. Let's see what else we can find. Lots of Porsches arriving. And here we have a lovely 2012 blue Aston Martin Vanquish. These are powered by the iconic 5.9 litre V12 engine, which produces around 565 brake horsepower through the rear wheels, and that propels its driver to 62 miles per hour in about 4.1 seconds. I love the chrome window surround, and those lovely wide arches that you could eat your dinner from. Some carbon fibre at the rear here. Nice finish, these chrome surround. Lovely leather and that waterfall centre console, which I really like. Lovely Vanquish, great to see one here. I'm drawn to this, which looks like a Cobra, but is actually a replica made by Dax. This particular car was first registered in the UK in 2018. Although this is a replica, it still looks lovely in this green and silver paintwork. Now I'm not sure what's powering this particular car, but a true 427 would have had the powerful Ford 7 litre V8 engine, the 427 representing the cubic inch of that engine, 0 to 100 miles per hour in about 10 seconds, a record that stood for many years. Look at that lovely interior, brown leather, green carpet and seat belts, and that lovely wooden steering wheel. These side exhausts. I wonder if there's one on the other side. I think this is beautifully done. You can see where you take the roof off, the paintwork and stripe is revealed underneath. Ah yeah, another exhaust pipe down the side here. If this were a genuine Shelby Cobra 427, it would be one of only 343 that were ever produced, 260 of which were street models and the remaining were competition versions. I have to say, this looks a really nice example, even though it's a replica. All these sponsor type emblems and branding match the silver detail, these chrome vents, and these wheels look really nice. What do you think? Now, I always struggle to walk past a Lotus Esprit without taking a closer look. I think of James Bond every time, and that Spy Who Loved Me film where the Lotus drives out the sea and onto the beach, which was in 1977. So here we have 2 white Lotus Esprits here. This first one was registered in 1986, and we'll have a look at the second one in a moment. This model has the BBS design wheels. They look small compared to today's standards, 15 inches. This has a dark, almost beetroot red colour leather interior with a brighter red steering wheel and dash. Now moving on to the older Esprit next door, and there's the name of the designer of the Esprit, which I won't even try and pronounce. This one has these 5-spoke, shiny alloy wheels. Wow, just look at that. Look at the colours in here. The old speedometer and the rev counters. These green and red pattern seats. Green felt dash everywhere. And orange carpets. It's quite the colour combination. It feels so 1970s in here. It's really nice. Green felt covering the entire roof with the same red stitching matching the red pattern on the seats. And these large switches to power the lights, the hazard lights, the panel and the interior lighting. And the iconic Lotus name etched onto the steering wheel. It's even got the same finish on the door panels here. And here's a badge reminding its owner of its race car successes in the 60s and 70s. Quite a thing. Right, let's have a quick look round, see what else has turned up here today.
Yeah, I'm feeling tipsy. I'm on the move. We're getting frisky. We're in the groove. People are smiling, and the music is on fire. The lights are turning me on, and they're lifting me higher. I wanna tell you that I feel alright. Yeah, I feel fine. Yeah, something inside me is saying that I'm on the move, baby. Hey, I'm moving on up to a higher destination. I'm moving on up. I'm feeling cheeky. I'm on high. I'm feeling forward. Yeah. I'm in the sky. All I see is happy people coming up to the dance floor. The beat is lifting me up, and it's lifting me higher, higher, higher. It makes me say that I feel alright. I feel good. I'm in the groove. Hey, hey, something inside me feels like
If you've been following me for a while, you know me by now. I'm drawn to Aston Martins, especially this very rare car from the 1970s. This is a 1977 green Aston Martin V8, and nothing else added to its name. This has a 5.3 litre dual overhead camshaft designed V8. So instead of relying on push rods to open valves, each cylinder bank has 2 camshafts located above the valves, allowing for more direct control and precise valve timing. Now this results in better high revving capabilities and improved airflow, leading to higher power output and responsiveness. I think only 967 V8s were built in the 70s, so a rare sight indeed, and great to see it here. Last time I saw a gold Aston Martin badge was at Aston Martin Leeds on a special James Bond OHMSS edition DBS. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link in the description below. There's something about these old clocks, the way the numbers wrap around in a circle. It's just lovely.
baby. Something inside me is telling me everything's gonna be alright. I feel good. I feel fine. I feel alright. Yeah, something inside me is telling me that I'm on the move. I'm on the move. Hey, I'm moving on up to
This bright coloured car stood out. I had to come and take a closer look. So this is a 2018 Aston Martin Vantage. The same shape as my own. This definitely stands out from the crowd. I like all Astons and I do think this looks good, but I'm not sure I'd choose this colour. This is one of those colours where black wheels probably suit it better than silver. It's very bold. What do you think? There's a great lineup of various Lotus cars here in front of Newby Hall. Let's take a closer look at these two different blue Lotuses, starting with this 2023 Emira V6 First Edition. I do love the design of these. As it was reported when it was first released, it has definite supercar looks. It features a supercharged 3.5 litre V6 engine, which produces around 400 brake horsepower and 420 Nm of torque, so it certainly packs a punch. A little badge here, reminding you that it's an Emira First Edition. Similar to what you see in many of the Ferraris and Lamborghinis, you can marvel at the V6 engine through this rear window, which is a nice touch with the Lotus name clear for all to see. At the back here, large air ducts either side behind the rear wheels to assist with that airflow, and these twin exhaust pipes. We'll have a look at its older cousin next door in a moment. These rear wheel arches look really nice and wide. A very good looking little sports car. We can get a better glance at the interior from this side. This V6 model can accelerate to 60 miles per hour in around 4.2 seconds with the automatic. It's a bit slower with the manual, and it reaches a top speed of around 180 miles per hour. Nice smart alloys with yellow brake calipers to match the Lotus badge. So next door we have this 2019 Lotus Elise 250 Cup car, which looks a lot smaller and compact to its Emira counterpart here. It's always nice to see a Union Jack flag on some of these British cars. And again, you can just make out the engine with that Lotus branding through this engine cover at the rear here. And this has a single centre exhaust, which is a bit tricky to see. Now these have a 1.8 litre supercharged inline 4-cylinder engine, which delivers around 243 brake horsepower. Nice simple interior, nice metal gear lever and Alcantara seats from what I can see. The Elise has a 6-speed manual transmission with fairly short ratios, which helps propel the occupants to 60 miles per hour in 3.9 seconds, and it has a top speed of around 154 miles per hour. At 931 kilograms, compared to today's standards, this is a light sports car, which is what Lotus used to be so well known for. A lovely pair of blue Lotus sports cars. So here, parked to the side of Newby Hall, are these two Italian supercars. First up, this 2017 black Lamborghini Huracan, with quite a number plate, and next to it a red Ferrari F430, which we'll take a look at shortly. So this Lamborghini has a 5.2 litre naturally aspirated V10 engine and generates around 570 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in around 3.6 seconds, and a top speed of just under 200 miles per hour. This wearing some bronze alloy wheels with that iconic Lamborghini design. Black tinted windows, black tinted rear light cluster, giving this a very stealthy appearance. And some nice quad exhausts. Okay, moving over here we have a 2005 F430. For a car that's now 20 years old, this still looks modern. I guess we can now call these a modern classic. And there's that familiar red casing Ferrari engine that you can marvel at through the rear window. The engine in the F430s being a 4.3 litre V8 producing around 480 horsepower. Ferrari made the 430 from 2004 until 2009 as a successor to the 360, and it was first unveiled at the 2004 Paris Motor Show. Light brown leather interior in here. this version being an automatic. I think it looks great with these silver alloy wheels. Around 16,750 F430s were made during its build time, with it being replaced by the 458. Two immaculately presented Italian supercars, a great setting for them. I just wanted to take a quick look at this, as there can't be many around these days, with an estimated total of around 500 NSXs being in the UK, this being a 1991 Honda NSX. That's what I like, the old clock dials. Everything's electrical these days, isn't it?
Well, it's there's no link mode or anything. It's just a
So what we got here then?
3 litre V6 twin turbo, twin overhead cam VTEC.
Yeah, solid as a rock.
Yeah.
Isn't bad, is it?
No,
Very usable. Yeah.
didn't get that in a Ferrari.
Ah, basically. Lovely. Here we have a 2016 orange Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Black wheels and yellow brake calipers on this one. These air vents over the front wheels, something they've kept for the most recent versions. And this huge rear wing, which does look really big from back here. And there's another one, a white GT3 RS right next to it. I'm trying to show you a variety of cars here today. I'm particularly drawn to this, a 1978 Ford Escort RS 2000. How I remember these on the roads when I was growing up. The RS 2000 being a performance-focused version of the Ford Escort, specifically this Mark II model, which was produced from 1976 to 1980. The wheels on these old models, they look so small compared to today's modern cars, these being 15-inch alloy wheels. I've never owned a Ford Escort, but my dad had an early Ford Escort, a red one. Then he had a Mark III version, so Escorts have been in the family, but not an RS 2000 though. This looks immaculate, not a mark on this paintwork. Let's just take a quick look inside. The interior looks so old now. No screens in there, which I do love. Memories, memories. at this. I doubt this would be a genuine one, but let's go and take a closer look. It looks like a pretty good version of a Ferrari 250 GT short wheelbase. Wow, that does look lovely. However, I can confirm that this is a replica. It's nice to see a Goodwood Revival car sticker on here, which incidentally I'm going to again this September, and I'll be doing some interesting films of that over the 3 days, so stay tuned for that, it will be really good. Now believe it or not, this is actually registered as a 2002 BMW Z3. It certainly doesn't look like a BMW any longer. 15-inch wire wheels, with that iconic 3-eared spinner, looks really good. Although we know this is a replica, it's a pretty good one. If this was a genuine 250 GT short wheelbase, it'll probably be worth around 6 to 7 million, whilst the 250 GTOs go for tens of millions. So this would probably be in secure parking if it were a genuine article. Nonetheless, a great looking replica on a BMW Z3 chassis. I've tried to get close to this car a few times today. The crowds around this have been huge, and I wanted to film it and show you before I left. Imagine going down the road in this. People would likely get out of your way. And it's for sale, so take note of the number if you're interested. Now this was apparently used on a Top Gear live show where flames were propelled from these machine guns protruding from the bonnet. Quite a spectacle. It certainly looks like a vehicle from the Mad Max films.
It's all up the front.
Wow.
This is where you see this here, where the strap is.
Yeah.
That was, you'd put the propane pot in there, and that,
Wow.
if you look underneath the guns inside, you can see all the pipe work that's in there.
So all the
you can
gas
flame
comes out.
throwers. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mind your fingers, Charlie. Yeah, if you have a look up.
Built the Top Gear.
Yeah, wow.
It was built for Top Gear Live for the World Tour.
Oh wow.
If you look up there, it's still piped up right
Oh god, yeah.
So you carry a fire extinguisher.
Jeez. That's incredible. Who did one of the presenters drive it?
No, it was me.
Oh, it's yourself?
Yeah. So we.
Nice to meet you, by the way. I'm Dan.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed that. Lots of lovely cars here at Newby Hall up in North Yorkshire, and the weather's held out, which has been really good, and I can hear lots of cars leaving now, and I'm so pleased I found a handful of Aston Martins. So if you did like that, please give it a thumbs up. Comments are always welcome, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already, because there's plenty more videos to come. See you on the next one.